What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Kingmaker Trading. I'm Sankar. So, today we are going to be looking at the weekly Forex forecast for 23rd to 27th of September 2019 based on advanced patterns. So, we just wrapped up the consecutive 18th green week of 2019 with a profit of 254 pips of trading profits. So firstly, let's take a look at the result of my last week's weekly analysis. Alright, so this was the first trade that I pointed out last week, that is on dollar franc, and this is how that played out. Uh, Market pushed a little bit to the upside to the highlighted zone, the zone that I had pointed out last week, and then we got an entry signal right at this green line, this 0.99671 structure level in the 4-hour time frame, and then market pushed to the downside and gave us 75 pips of trading profits from the dollar franc. Alright, this was the second trade that I pointed out last week, that is on Euro Canada, and this is how that played out. We got about 124 pips of trading profits out of the Euro Canada last week. And this is the third prediction that I made last week, that is on Euro Aussie, and this is how that played out. And we got about 245 pips of trading profits out of the Euro Aussie last week. And this was the final prediction that I made last week, that is on gold dollar, and this trade ended up being a loss of 190 pips. As you can see, the market pushed to the upside as soon as the market opened, and then it made this red candle forming a bearish candlestick pattern. So that was the entry for the movement that we expected, but instead of it moving to the downside, we got this little movement to the downside, but we did not get filled in the profit objective. Then it took off to the upside, resulting 190 pips of loss, and altogether we got about 274 pips of trading profits out of the market last week. Alright, now let's take a look at this week's weekly analysis. Alright, first pair that we are going to be looking at this week is dollar franc. So as you can see, this was the pattern that I pointed out last week. So I expected this to be a double top pattern like this, but instead market pushed to the upside, creating an ABCD pattern along with this Gartley pattern. So altogether, we are expecting a movement to the downside based on both of these advanced patterns. So what I'm expecting out of this pair this week is a movement to the downside like this. But instead of this movement happening directly to the downside like this, there is a chance that this market might push back to the pattern completion point, right to this point, and then it would move to the downside like this. So this is the movement that I'm expecting out of dollar franc this week based on this butterfly pattern and this ABCD pattern. Alright, let's move on to our next pair, which is Euro Canada. So this was also a pattern that I pointed out last week on Euro Canada, and this was a butterfly pattern formation that we are looking at. So as you can see, the first profit objective of this pattern has already been filled, but still there are two profit objectives to go. So what I'm expecting out of this pair this week is a movement to the upside like this. Most probably this movement will not happen directly like this because of these candlesticks. As you can see, these candlesticks indicate selling pressure in the market. So what I'm expecting is a movement like this. First, a movement to the downside like this. So let me delete this zone. Alright, first a movement to the downside like that, most probably to this point, creating a double bottom pattern. Alright, then a movement to the upside like this. So this is the movement that I'm expecting out of Euro Canada this week. So before we move on to our next pair, let me show you something special. Alright, this is the book that I have written for teaching you how to profitably trade advanced patterns. It's called The Hidden Treasure of Trading, Ultimate Guide for Profitable Pattern Trading. Alright, so as you can see, this is the table of contents of this book. So we start from introduction to pattern trading, and then I have explained everything that you will be needing in order to be a profitable trader in the forex market. And systematically this book takes you into the advanced pattern trading. By the end of this book you will be a great advanced pattern trader as I am already. So if you want to see how profitable this trading technique is, the how profitable the information, the strategy in this book is, you can just go back in time uh, in my channel, go to my channel and check out the weekly analysis that I posted based on advanced pattern trading technique. And as you can if you go to the channel and see how profitable my strategy is, you will see that for the past 18 weeks we didn't have any losing week. We consecutively had profitable green weeks only. Alright, that is how profitable this strategy is. So if you want to know, if you want to learn this strategy, I recommend you check out this book. It's just $10, guys. You can buy it on Amazon or you can buy it on Payhip. If you are buying this on Payhip, use the coupon code action25 to get an 80% discount. So the pay price of this book is $50 and you will get 80% discount, resulting you can buy this book for $10 on Payhip as well. Alright, as you can see, this book has 110 pages. It's a solid ebook, so you will not need any other trading uh, techniques in order to be profitable in the forex market. Alright, let's move on now to our next pair, which is Euro Aussie. Alright, so as you can see, this was a nice Gartley pattern that I have posted last week here on YouTube. And as you can see, as I said last week, this market pushed to the upside and filled the first profit objective of this pattern. So there is a chance that this movement can occur to the upside like this directly after the market opens, or maybe this movement will happen like this. This market can push a little bit to the downside, then we can get some sort of entry signal at the bottom of, at the bottom of that movement. Then we can expect this movement to go to the upside like this. So this is the movement that I'm expecting out of Euro Aussie this week. So let's move on to our next pair, which is Pound Franc. This is a nice butterfly pattern formation in Pound Franc. As you can see, we got the entry confirmation for this trade as well. These green lines are the profit objectives of this pattern. And if you go back in time and see, if you go back in time in this chart and see, you will see that this highlighted zone is a nice respected structure level. So what I'm expecting out of this pair this week is a movement to the downside like this, or maybe we can see some consolidation inside this area in this zone. Then this movement might occur to the downside like this. Alright, so if this market moves anything higher than this 1.24800 structure level, it means this pattern is violated, so it is not for trading. But if it moves to the downside, it's a nice pattern, and we can expect some huge profits out of this pair based on this advanced pattern. Alright, now let's move on to the final prediction of this week, which is on gold dollar. Let me jump straight into the 1 hour time frame here. Okay, as you can see, this is a sort of ugly butterfly pattern formation in gold dollar. So as you can see, this candle indicates both buying pressure and selling pressure in the market, and as you can see, these candles indicates higher momentum to the upside in this pair. So we have to be careful when trading this pattern. So we have to wait for an entry signal inside this highlighted zone before we enter this trade, because as I said earlier, there is a higher momentum to the upside in this zone, so in this pair. So what I'm expecting out of this pair this week is a movement to the downside like this. So in order to that to happen, we would need an entry signal inside this highlighted zone. Alright, so if we get that sort of entry signal, this trade can be a nice profitable trade as well. Alright, so that is the weekly analysis for this week. So if you made it to the end, like, comment and share the video. Subscribe to this channel for more future content like this. See you in the next video. You're gonna be an amazing trader.